Randall here again today. In today's video, we're going to be introducing what geometry is, and we're going to do that by finding the area of rectangles. You probably have an idea of how to do that, but we're going to be using a lot of finding areas of rectangles and triangles, so we just want to review so we can do that thoroughly. No assignment today, but here is a website for you to practice those skills. Okay. When we think of geometry, most people think of shapes, and really that's what it is. It's points, lines, surfaces, and solids, and how they kind of all interact with one another. And the thing that I like about geometry is it builds off one another. So like I said, we're going to be reviewing how to find the area of rectangles and triangles, and we're going to use that to calculate surface area and volume of 3D objects. And 3D objects are like this. And so let's take a look. A one-dimensional object is just something that has a left or right value. Do you see how this only changes left to right? There is no other up, down, near, far value to it. Well, right here, what we have a two-dimensional object right here because there's an x value to it that changes, as well as a y value to it that changes like this. Okay? And finally, with a 3D object, what we have is a left-right. Let's color coordinate these. There's a left-right value to it. So there's a left-right value, an up and down value, you can see, but also a near and far value. So those three make it a three-dimensional object. And so the area is just the space inside of something, the stuff inside of the shape, if we look at that. So for example, this rectangle right here, the area is the purple part. And we know this is a rectangle because it has four sides, as well as a pair of equal side lengths. So we see that these are equal. Then also four 90-degree angles. Okay. And if we want to find the area, really what we have to do is we just have to find how many units are inside of here. And well, we could count this up, and I could tell you that there'd be 15, but an easier way to look at it is it's 5 and 3. Well, if we kind of just look at this box inside, isn't this how we learn multiplication? So what we did is we have 5 sets of 3 right here. We see it? Or 3 sets of 5. So we multiply that and we would get 15. Well, if we counted this up, we would see that there's still 15. Okay, so the area of this is 15 because we did 5 times 3. One important thing is a square is a rectangle. A square is just a type of rectangle where all four sides are equal. Okay, so we're still using the same formula, which is, let me switch to a pen here, which is the area is equal to length times width. Okay? And that being, again, if we look here, here's our length, here's our width. Okay? So let's take a look at this example then. Well, area is length times width, and we see that the length is 3 and the width is 7. So if we multiply that, we would get 27. Oopsies, thought I had my marker there. Okay. Now, here is a problem that might be a little more difficult if we look at it, but we're still doing the same thing. We're looking for a house. Susie is looking for a large living room. House A's living room is 20 by 12. And house's B living room is a length of 18. Ooh, let's see, 18 by 15. Which one would Susie prefer? So we're trying to find which one is larger. So if we did these, ooh, we would see that the total area inside of this would be 240 because we did 20 times 12. And right here, the total area in this living room would be, well, we need to do 18 times 15. If you know that one, it'll just be 270. So if we look, this one right here, house B, has a larger living room, so that is the one Susie would prefer. Okay, let's make sure we go back here, look at this to practice these skills, but again, no homework today.